Hello students, now we are going to start a new chapter, Morphology of Flowering Plants. Morphology means the study of external features of any living organism is morphology, and here we are talking about the flowering plants, the angiosperms. So flowering plants are categorized by presence of roots, stem, leaves, flowers and fruits, and flowering plants are having two systems: underground system, that is root system, and shoot system, which is growing above the ground. And shoot is having all the different parts like stem, branches, nodes, internodes, leaves and leaf blades. So first of all we will talk about the root. So root is having three different types, and the root develops from the radical part of the embryo, and it grows underground. That is why this is growing under okay. So there are different types of root systems are there: taproot system, fibrous system, adventitious root system. So taproot system we will talk about first of all. uh, it consists of primary roots and its branches. So the primary root is the main part which directly grows from the radicle, and after some time when it grows the branches, or laterally it grows certain branches, so these are the secondary roots. And this type of roots you will see in dicotyledonous plants. That means the plants which are whose seeds are having two cotyledons in them. For example, mustard plant or any pulses you can see. This is what is about the taproot system. More, it consists of primary root system and its branches, as you can see in the mustard plants also. Now fibrous root system, all the monocotyledons, they have a very short lived primary root system, uh, which is very early replaced by the large number of fiber like roots, and these roots originate from the base of the stem to form the fibrous root. You may have seen all these type of roots in onion also, and also in bamboo plant, which most of the people grow in their homes as decorative plants. And wheat is also there, grass and other examples are there. Now adventitious roots, in this the roots they arise from parts other than radicle. Radicle means the part of the embryo. If the embryo grows into a long root, that will be a primary root. But if the roots are growing from other parts, that is called adventitious roots. For example, grass, banyan tree, monstera. So the regions of the roots are five regions, that are uh, root cap. Here you can see in the diagram the region of meristematic activity. Meristematic activity means cell division. Region of elongation, this region actually is responsible for the elongation, and then the tissues later mature, and then the mature portion is having the root hair, which actually does the work of job of absorption of nutrition and water. Now it is the covering of the apex of root which is called root cap, which functions for the production of the root apex. Right now, the meristematic region, this is mainly for dividing, and it divides rapidly, which is having very dense protoplasm, and the cells are very thin walled. So now next is region of elongation. The region just above the meristematic region, it is called region of elongation. Here the cells they undergo rapid elongation and enlargement. Actually the cells in the meristematic activity, they only keep on dividing, but the cell elongation, maturation, that takes place later. So elongation, in this the cell gets enlarged and gets its size. It helps in the growth of root in length. Now is root region of maturation. The region proximal to the elongation zone, that is known as region of maturation. Here the cells, they differentiate and mature. Differentiate, the work division is done and they get mature. Now root hair, these are very fine, delicate, thread-like structures formed from epidermal cells in region behind region of the elongation. That means the region of maturation will be having the root fibers, root hairs, and their work is to absorb the water and minerals from the soil. Now we will talk about the modifications in root. In some roots are modified to perform the different functions. So these roots are swollen root for food storage, like carrot, radish, and the prop roots where, for example, banyan tree, and stilt root and pneumatophore. So one by one we will talk about swollen root for food. So tap root, these are tap root, and these roots you can see in carrot, turnip, and adventitious roots of sweet potato. So these are modifications in roots which function for the storage of food. Now prop root in banyan tree, you can see the hanging roots, and they are mainly for the support of the huge banyan tree. So this is stilt root, and you can see here in sugarcane. So the supporting roots coming out of the lower nodes of the stem, these are maize, sugarcane. So these are known as stilt root, and their work is to support. Now modification of roots, pneumatophores. This type of modification is known as pneumatophores, where you can see that roots are growing, instead of growing in the direction of gravity, they are growing in opposite direction to the gravity. So the roots that come out of the ground and grow vertically upwards to get the oxygen for respiration. So these are known as pneumatophores because these are these are the modifications in the roots of those plants which grow in the delta region, where the soil is lacking the quantity of oxygen. So for taking the oxygen for respiration, these roots grow in opposite direction from the soil, and they become, some part they become aerial, and they get the oxygen. So these are the functions of roots: absorption of water and mineral from the soil. It provides the proper anchorage to the plant parts. That means it anchors the plant to the soil. Then storage of reserve food material is also there, and then synthesis of plant growth regulators. So these are the functions of roots. So this is all about this thing, the root modification. In the next video we will talk about the modification in stem.